When black people wake up and become intellectually independent enough to think for themselves as other humans are intellectually independent.
Like you said, you almost like you're saying we are like we're not like we're too backwards to know what to do with the money because like Native Americans are their values better than ours, or are the immigrants that are getting free housing and those credit cards, they have better values than us, or whenever all the white people originally when they came to America and they got all the free stuff, is it like values there? It's just like only when it
No,
comes to us we
no.
talk about like our those tropes that they put on us and they use that
So let
as
me
a
ask you a question. You
Well,
brought up
hold on,
Native
Johnny.
Americans. Okay, go ahead, Johnny.
Well, like, cause we've talked about the values of like the black society and what's holding us back from getting there.
no, what
But
are our
outside of
values?
reparation, there are a lot of people that you said, the Candace Owens and stuff like that, where the values aren't there.
Oh, you say black music is degenerate, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, there's cultural things about us.
And Sexy Red is a revolutionary. I don't know what
Hey,
you're
I ain't
talking
gonna lie. If I can only give like a quick like sidebar right here. I seen Sexy Red in concert for the first time this weekend.
Come on now. Come on now.
And I got it.
Come
Like
on now.
I'm sitting I'm sitting on that blanket, just laying there, and she's performing maybe I don't know how many yards away. I'm gonna say 50 yards away, right? And I'm just chilling and I'm looking. I don't know none of these songs, but I'm thinking Sexy Red is a one hit wonder.
No, she ain't.
Nah, and song after song happened, and then I realized that this is like this generation is like back that ass up or something like that, where it ain't one is not meant for. I'm not ever in any spaces to digest this music. But when it's in the right spot, you get it immediately. I looked around and I got it. But my bad for you know what I mean, sidebar of degeneracy. But
Yeah.
Trey,
Let me.
really quickly, so you said Native Americans, are we like value system, are we any worse than Native Americans?
Right.
Do you think that Native Americans is like a well, I ain't even gonna say a fair comparison, I just asked you the question straight out. Do you think Native Americans have done successfully with what you might call their reparations, or could they have done better?
Well, real quick, I'm gonna touch on when you said Sexy Red. Man, I don't have any problem with her, and I do think she's degenerate, and I do have a problem with her. I take that back. Excuse me. But my main problem isn't her. It is the fact that we don't have as much of variety as we used to have. Because we used to have a Sexy Red and a Lauryn Hill. We used to have like the trap rappers, and we had like Andre
We got Rap
3000
City.
and a comment. I mean, but
You
come
ain't
on, I
rocking
mean,
with
she's
Rap
not
City?
really. I mean, I'm talking about like, as far as like mainstream on the radio, like Common, like the light was on the
I mean,
radio.
you got
A
Tierra
little
Whack.
bit.
I mean, you got
Who ain't
Tierra
on the
Whack.
radio,
You got
bro?
Ice Spice. No one's on the radio no more.
Ice
I
Spice, that's
mean,
more. That's
I'm be
more.
honest. It's a bunch of some might say tethers on the radio right now.
Right.
What do you call it? Afro beat is heavy. A lot of like
It's a lot of that.
but I love to hear your answer to the natives, the Native Americans, and like how they unsuccessfully squandered their reparations into being subsidized to casinos that pretty much be owned by white folk.
Well, first off, just because they did however it went with them and their reparations, that doesn't mean that I wouldn't want my own shot at
Oh no,
that.
I'm saying you use that as like a counter to Johnny's question. You said are Native Americans more like their value system, in which to me it might denote that there's a chance that it's more than just reparations that might be needed.
Well, I just don't understand like the relation to the topic. Like for no other group do they consider
Okay.
their values before they give them what they're owed. Like they don't have to pass some values test for like people that are Jewish. Like if they look at how they're doing Palestinians right now, are their values better than ours? But they're still getting paid for. Well, I mean, not the thing. I want to get y'all.
Would you say
Strike thing, but
Hey, peace to the chat, peace to the lineage. Thank you, Mr. AMG, $20 lineage love in the super chat. Really appreciate it. What's most problematic is that when we on the topic of reparations, And when it's people from the island, right? See, certain things, certain people are more disrespectful. Like we expect Africans to don't care about reparations because some of them believe it's gonna fall on their country, but they're gonna owe, for selling this. But now I don't know where these guys are from. I know one guy's FBA, the other ones are non, but I don't know where they're from. But what's problematic is when you have these folks from the islands talking down on our reparations when CARICOM is pushing their reparations, basically the same exact way. So they want to shoot down ours to make up their own. It's crazy.
Okay, I guess I see where you're staying at.
Like,
Johnny?
the value should have nothing to do with it. My bad.
I mean, we're not.
And that's why you was bringing the reference, not necessarily what they did with said reparations.
Right. Yeah.
But
they're not better than us.
I agree that
Yeah.
we deserve the reparations. But what I'm saying is,
What do you think would be further up on the list, Johnny?
like I say, I think it comes down to our values and what we, deem as important as a culture. I think as long as we keep on creating, the sexy reds and all of this.
You gotta be more specific, bro. You said because we have sexy red.
Yeah. What does sexy red got to do with 43 million uninsured Black Americans? Man, that's stupid.
Don't deserve reparations. Like, what do you mean, bro?
I'm not
That's
saying
kind of like some respectability politics.
Yeah, like, come on, bro.
So what happens is that a lot of these tethers, they end up being conservatives. So when they talk like this, family, believe me, they are conservatives, right? They're not genuine. And the tethered conservatives are worse than talking to a tethered Pan-Africanist. Believe me.
Bro, give us what we owe. I don't care. Like, sexy red don't have nothing to do with me, and it doesn't have anything to do with people.
I mean, like I say, I gotta say, I personally would like to see. We can get the reparations, but just like with the Indians or just like with anybody else, I think the values that you have matter. I think with other people, you've seen them be more successful. I think it comes down to their values as far as what they focus on when they come here, like going to college and focusing on certain majors, certain education.
All right, I gotta go back. I gotta see where these folks are from.
The G Shit Podcast
is the To Be Fair show with episode 5. We had a good one last week, huh? The divide. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna get into these intros real quick, and we'll throw an opening question, and we're gonna just kind of hop straight into it. I think the content and the conversation speaks for itself. We don't really need.
Enjoy your content. Ha.
Johnny.
What's up? It's your boy Johnny P, host of the To Be Fair show. We're glad to be back. Very engaging conversation last week. I learned a lot, so I'm here to, get my pencil and pad out again and learn some more. So thank you, boy. Values that you have matter. I think.
I was trying to see if Johnny gonna tell where he's from. But Foundation Black Americans, we like to brag about being Foundation Black Americans. Tethers be ashamed of where they from. So this guy's in question.
With other people, you've seen them be more successful. I think it comes down to their values as far as what they focus on when they come here, like going to college and focusing on certain majors, certain education.
It's not Jim Crow, slavery. It's because we just can't get right. It's not because we're specifically attacked and we're impoverished because they tore down all our towns and they owe us for the wealth that they extracted from us. It's because our values are so bad that we just can't keep up.
But the original question was,
what's more important to it?
Most important, right? Is reparations most important?
Yeah, the question is, are reparations the most important thing for Black people right now? Or are there other things first on the agenda? Not that we shouldn't ever get reparations. The reparations aren't.
Yeah, but how would a tether answer that? Like that's a question for Foundation Black Americans. Why would a tether feel like they can answer that question? It's crazy.
Oh, but
in fact, I'm gonna skip past this. It seems like it's gonna be stupid.
Really come to the table figuring communities.
When we are talking about the political view of things, I feel like us as a community, we often align with the
There we
Democratic
go.
Party.
There we go. We're gonna find out where this guy. Hold on. We're gonna find out where this guy's from. I would be shocked if he claims FBA. I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna be a tether. Let's see.
Can you share the screen? I'm a kind of
Quick roll call, real fast. Ray in the building. Song writer Sunny T Dean. We got Black Feather Archery in the building. We have the Lineage Love Super Chat from Mr. AMG, $20. He says testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. The Super Chat is still working, FBA fan. Continue, Mr. Unbiased. Thank you very much, Mr. AMG. So he is just testing out the Super Chat works, right? We want to, I showed Charlie Kirk. I showed that Charlie Kirk had like a $85 million. Was it 85 million or 850 million? I think it was $85 million from his support. Now I know that we're nowhere near those numbers. White people, they're like 300, 200 million deep. They're only 43 million deep. But yeah, man, it's okay to support your own, you dig? But we gotta make a concerted effort to shake off what white supremacy had latched onto it, which is resentment for each other, self-hatred, stuff that was taught on the plantation. You dig? But let's shake that off, man, and let's fight and replace that with love and leniency and all that type of good stuff towards each other. Dig? Let's lead by example, man. We could definitely support each other. And again, support just can be something as simple as liking the video, as attending the live. That's it. We want to be 2,400 deep in the live, showing strength, showing that we're really on code, a startup channel. You expect channels with 50,000 subscribers and 100,000 subscribers, 1 million. You expect them to have 2,500 subscribers big live, but it's really rare to find a subscription as low as mine with that type of outcome. That's what we want to do. That's my goal, is to show most, we'll be the first channel where most of their subscribers attend the lives. That's like unheard of. But thank you, AMG, for testing the super chat out, making sure it works. All right, so now they're gonna disclose their ancestry, where they're from. And I think, oh boy, right here is gonna be a tether. Let's see.
break it up a little bit with this one. I think that this is properly placed for the moment.
Original Black Americans, Sulan Adas, and
What
Foundation.
the hell is this? I'm not playing a video. So piece of Salida, American Indian. We had Claude Zandan, I Am 6. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so I was going to explain like what happens with the likes. The likes is what get me exposure. It exposes the content. It exposes the channel, obviously, myself, and it exposes the chat to the world. So people get to see the environment, the culture that's in our chat. I gotta admit this. I'm not even glazing myself. I'm gonna tell you right now. This chat on this channel is probably the best chat I've ever seen ever. You did because really, and I've been in hella chats. And this is considering like Jason Black and Tariq's, like we are really one on code in here. Like, cause I see other chats, be some arguing, be people off code saying the most crazy stuff to each other, or just talking about random stuff. But we be focused, we be really in tune on what's going on, whether it be the live or just something together type shit. But the kumbaya spirit be real in here.
I think that that's a unique way to kind of address a little bit
Charlie Shaw.
Of like some of the FBA tension.
We are the most unique, as Black Feather Archery says, FBA, we are the most unique. Everyone wants to be us fast.
that kind of exists is like, okay, where's your ancestors from? My bad.
Here we go.
It depending on how far you want to go back generations, but low country, South Carolina,
Say that again?
from the low country of South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, Conway.
Geechee, Gullah.
Nah, we ain't that. That's more Charleston, but we close. Yeah, we pretty close. But yeah, that's where a lot of most of my family comes from, and I guess you would say I got a lot of some Lumbee Indian on my mother's
I don't
side
believe
from
that.
like
My man
northern,
got East Indian or
eastern
something like
North
that.
Carolina, I guess.
You know, he got East Indian.
So yeah, kind of those. I would say that.
Okay. G, where your peoples from? Where's your
man.
ancestors from?
As far as I know,
Yeah,
they
peace.
from Virginia and North Carolina. And just a funny story is there's actually, so my last name is a pretty popular name in the state of North Carolina, Austin, just like the Avenue in Durham. And
Oh shit, that is true.
and there is a documentary out. You can find it, I know, on the iTunes store. It's called Family Name.
Peace.
And essentially this white boy grew up in Durham with the last name Austin, and then was in school and was like, why these black?
It's I don't know. My people are pretty much from the North American continent. My dad's side, matrilineally, we can go all the way back to Antigua. On my paternal side, on my dad's side, pretty much in New Jersey. I think that's pretty much like where it begins and ends. And I think my great grandmother had to do domestic work in 1992, and they moved down to Antigua to do it, and then they moved back. And then my mom's side is Jamaican and Trinidad. And I have maroon heritage on both sides. Mom's matrilineal side, Jamaican maroon, patrilineal side, Trinidad, American maroon.
So you're basically non-FBA. It's okay.
Heritage, but yeah,
got you.
Pretty much it.
Real quick,
Trey?
I want to. Do you know when they arrived in the United States of America?
Cult fan club. That's all.
Goodbye, American freedmen. Peace.
You muted, Johnny.
I think you muted, my boy.
My bad.
Okay.
Nah, I was saying that was kind of a lot back to back because
he's right about Charleston. That's where I used to work at, doing property management, and they are there heavy Gullah Geechee, and they cool as hell. Let me make Epic Eric a moderator. Give Epic Eric a Lineage wrench.
like
the video,
like the
Epic
first
Eric,
couple,
everybody liked
it
the
was
video.
kind of like, especially like
Let me get that
the
exposure.
first girl. I understood what she said about like seeing the example that we've set and not trying to replicate
I mean, some of these guys are just so stupid. It's like, yo,
that. Oh, I'm a little.
let me see. Okay, let me see something. Yeah, see something. This is hey, this is a nothing burger. Yo, family, a lot of these shows that I do a reaction, a lot of these things be like a year, 2, 3 years old. A lot of these are not recent. That means that these channels flop. You know, they try to be successful off the FBA name, Tariq Nasheed name, and they totally just flop.
She just make me mad because I just don't like her. And
It wasn't necessarily a question, but I guess I can ask you a question.
Do
you feel that tethered, the terminology of tethered, does come from some place of validity?
Man, I think tethered, that term, is another example of just how great Black Americans are, because I never heard the word before.
It come from us, if I'm not mistaken.
And now I see it, and I just want to use that shit as a diss at every chance I get. Just like let niggas know, like, yo, tether ass, get the fuck out of here. Like I want to use it so badly. So just shout out to the community for taking another word that meant absolutely nothing, had no cool, and making it so cool to use. So that's just the power of Black folks in the country. But I'll say, I think it comes from a place of the population who identifies as foundational Black Americans feeling like we don't have anything of our own, and feeling tired of people who look like us getting in the way of that mission. And so I don't think it's an unfair thing to create, because I do think there is a difference of psychology and approach to how foundational Black Americans view what's owed to them from a reparation standpoint, how they fit in society, versus how others who migrated more recently, post 1900, let's say, I think there's a different mindset. So that's my take on it.
Gotcha. Trey, let me ask you this. Do you feel that we need another derogatory term? And does it not start to feel Black xenophobic to an extent?
Okay, yeah, he just might be a tether, but that word ain't going anywhere. Don't you worry about that.
I'm not sure if I would. I think xenophobic is just a way to escape accountability, because the term tether isn't really a new thing. Just to really give it a quick definition, a tether is a person from the diaspora who leaves their homeland and adopts a mentality of white supremacy that works against Black American interests while benefiting from FBA struggle. And that's especially the ones that have a vitriol and contempt for Black Americans while benefiting from us.
Isn't
that's a good definition. Now, the dude responds right away. He don't, okay, sit down. The guy responds right away. He don't say good definition or, oh, okay, I understand. He just responds right away.
The same as
have a vitriol and contempt for Black Americans while benefiting from us.
Isn't that the same as a coon?
Exactly. So a tether is just a coon from the diaspora.
But that's what I'm saying. Is it a need for another derogatory term then?
It's not derogatory. We're actually pinning the tail of a donkey. That's all. We're distinguishing the riders from the diaspora from the haters of the diaspora. That's all. I think the riders of the diaspora, I think they appreciate that term because they know that they have their tether class. Just like we appreciate the term coon, we know we have our coon class. And I don't want to be lumped up with a Larry Elder or Thomas Sowell.
I mean, I think,
and does it not start to begin to feel Black xenophobic? Like there's a need to like now start to over separate ourselves even from the.
He's just debating at this point. He's asking questions. The dude goes and answer. He asks another question. He asks another question. It's like, dude, do you really want my man to answer, or you just asking a whole bunch of questions?
Diaspora.
I think if we want to survive in America, it's up to us to point out people who are mean us harm. And right, and tethers, if they unlike a lot of other like immigrants that may have anti-Black contempt, they have the ability to be.
And if they play Afro Think Tank, you already know, like even play his videos, any sense of seriousness, you already know what type of podcast this is.
Our representatives and get into discussions and kind of derail the conversations. And then like Candace Owens is an example of what they call a tether. So,
but is Candace Owens any worse than Brandon Tatum?
I'm not sure Brandon Tatum's lineage, honestly, but
he be riding the American bandwagon really, really hard. I'm almost sure he's ADOS.
Well, I'm not.
It's nothing. Well, he's talking about riding the American bandwagon. You have tethers who are conservatives who ride the American bandwagon. But what is the American bandwagon, right? So I could tell that where did he say he was from? Let me go back. Let me timestamp this. 4702. Let me go back to the ancestors because I think he's. If he's not a tether, he's a great spokesman for a tether.
Can you share the screen?
I didn't do that. What button is that? Right over here.
Can you share the screen? I'm a place for them. We're looking for a certain thing.
South Carolina, Eastern North.
They from Virginia, and family name originated from in the state of Florida.
Let's see.
All right, so he's from the islands for sure.
heritage, but
Well,
this is all 22. But
Okay.
So they've been on the continent since 2 generations before your granddad. Both sides.
I mean, if we're gonna go off of like my mom's side, like we were here since the American Revolution. Hence the American Maroon heritage.
Thinking Wells, let's get it 004.
Okay. So when did they go to Antigua? My bad. I'm just kind of
Trey,
confused.
if you don't tell us your ancestry, bro.
Yeah, it's just a lot because John's.
Hey, yeah. So basically, he's calling this guy out right here. So most likely, he's not FBA, but the way he told his answers is just so confusing. It's like, dude, why, if we're doing a lineage check, why is it that confusing? Why not just tell us where you're from and let's keep it moving?
I said like two places, and then you said like Virginia and some other place, and then it's like Antigua, and then 2 generations back. I didn't even know they were letting Black people over here from the islands up to that certain time, unless they were enslaved, like people that came over willingly. So I'm just, just trying to.
No, they were already here. That's what I'm saying. Like, but 1922, my granddad was born, and he was pretty much the last person here, born here. Then he went
to Ellis Island. All right, you're not an FBA. Got it.
Antigua. My granddad, Alex Roberts. You can look him up. He's a famous Antiguan, calypso and steel pan orchestrator. But essentially, he was born in New Jersey in 1922 in Hackensack, New Jersey. Go back a further generations past that. I'm not necessarily sure, but
that means if you're not sure, that means there's no record. And you're dealing with Lord Jamar, his issue, his dilemma. That means most likely you're from the islands, which is okay. There's nothing wrong being from the islands. And that's what people got to understand. Like, dude, just because you're from the islands doesn't make you our enemy. Matter of fact, I was speaking to a brother I know from the islands today. And I know him for a long time. So I'm telling you, I have a lot of friends from the island, and like these are thorough friends. Like I talk to them on a regular. You feel me, family? So I'm not faking like, oh, island folks ain't no good. But then on the low, I'm over here having good friendships. No, I've always told you guys I have good friendship with brothers from the island. Okay, they're nowhere near like Tethered Dream or Revenue and some of these clowns that you see on the internet. So I don't want to blur the line and want people to believe that all folks from the island are tethers. No, sir. You have a lot of writings. Matter of fact, I've never met a tether in real life. I'm sure they're out there, but because I'm so thorough, I don't attract them. You feel me? So the ones I attract are the writers. I was just talking to a Jamaican today, and we had a good conversation, and we're actually going to link up and do something. Something, that's beneficial in my daily walks of life. So do not mix the message up where we are anti-island. No, we're not. And some of you might even have African friends. I don't want any. I don't want any African friends right now. There's too many tethers coming from Africa. I don't want any African friends right now. But the island is cool. Like you have some real writers from the island. They're real thorough, and I feel sad for those who never met, don't live around folks from the island, because your only representation is the revenue and Tethered Dreams. So they give the island a bad name. So this dude at the bottom right, he's afraid to say he's from the island because he thinks that means he's the op automatically. Like, no, brother. They're trying to explain what tether means. Okay, tether doesn't mean island. It means it's an action word that can turn to a noun.
Like I said, kind of here on both sides for a very long time. I think it's kind of important to understand that Hackensack, New Jersey has a lot of Caribbean history.
It's okay. Mark Tucker, let me give you a lineage grant. I'm gonna make you a moderator. Mark Tucker, just make sure that you like the video, click the notification bell, and subscribe so you can tune in next live, probably tomorrow morning, and we kick it.
A lot of like prehistoric like slavery history, and to some degree, it's I don't know, it's kind of hard to pinpoint when anything has happened.
Right, Amir.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
I guess the only reason I ask, it kind of segues to the reparations.
You don't say where you from, bro. Where your people from?
So my people are from St. George, South Carolina, on my grandmother's side, and on my granddad's side, they're from Marion County on the way of Lexington, by way of Lexington, North Carolina. Like, they trace back to the plantation. I can remember. Like,
I want to know what
that's
the
back
A
when,
has from the Atlanta
slaves.
Okay.
Just to clarify one thing.
Man, be quiet.
American Maroons are pretty famous for burning down the White House. So I don't want to hear no bullshit about tethered.
Bro, you're not a tether, but you're definitely not FBA.
Hey, listen, it's in the comments already, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, man.
They there for you. But
let me know when your ancestors burned down the White House and then hopped on a boat to Antigua.
Man, they've been fighting white supremacists this whole time they've been here, bro. So I mean, like, it takes one to know one.
So my people are from I'm from Jersey, but
go on.
My grandfather's side is from North Carolina. I think Wilson-ish. And then my mother's side is South Carolina.
All right, I heard enough. He's lying. All right, let's get back to where we were. He's lying. I'm not buying that at all.
So I'd like to catch up.
I believe he's an absolute telling. No.
Yeah, but man, what was the question again?
Let me put on my Dreamville hat and say I'm sorry. Oh, my bad.
Okay, so we were here.
Example of what they call a tether. So,
but is Candace Owens any worse than Brandon Tatum?
All right. So what do you do?
I'm not sure Brandon Tatum's lineage, honestly, but
Matt Jew 400. He said 400 plus years. Where's my check? Cut the check. But Kendra, Jack, Natasha D. I didn't see that first Tasha D. So I'm assuming Majid, your FBA. So I'm gonna make you a mod, make you a moderator, and give you a lineage wrench. Just confirm for us whether you FBA or not. All right. Thank you very much. Yeah, like the video. This 1865. I see there.
Angelica now.
He be riding the American bandwagon really hard. I'm almost sure he's ADOS.
Well, I hear to say that there aren't our own. We don't have our own coons, but one difference between us and other groups is a lot of tethers, they don't have a camaraderie with Black Americans. So, like with the Brandon Tatum, we're used to.
Do you think Jesse Lee Peterson has a camaraderie?
I think he's a troll, and also he doesn't really get any respect in the Black community. We've always had a mechanism for checking coons in the FBA community. So when there's nobody that's out there like checking,
you think so?
Yeah, like definitely, okay. like we call people Uncle Toms, even back to Malcolm X. You know, like we've always called out sellouts and people that work against them, like handkerchiefs.
So did you think that MLK was a coon?
Yeah, this dude is just rambling. Yeah, I can't stand platforms like this, man.
I think we should call people out.
And I guess I was asking that mainly because I ride with
like selling your people out, and no other group of people allow someone of their group to go. And again, it came out with this FBA and with this reparations movement because we saw a lot of the people that they put out here to speak out against reparations just so happened to be the ones that don't share our lineage and don't understand our culture. So it's almost like they were here for that purpose, honestly.
Okay, gotcha. Hey, shout out to Stephen Define. Not deflecting. I would say that I want to make sure that we have as fair of a conversation as possible.
I tend to blur the lines between a coon and tether. Sometimes I might call an FBA coon a tether. I'm sorry. It just tether's more popping word right now. It's more lit than coon.
I do want to throw it to Alex and love to hear your opinion.
Warriors Cherub, peace.
I think that it's kind of ironic how certain groups of people are kind of misusing the word tether. Comes from the Jordan Peele movie from 2019, I think. Yeah, Us.
All right, so now he's a tether. Okay, so before I was giving him the benefit of the doubt, he's not a tether, that he's just from the islands. But when he tried to play down the definition of a tether, the way we use it in today's society, all right, it means a foreigner, immigrant who try to undermine FBA any way, shape, form. That's what a tether is, bro. So care how the movie define it. Okay, like no cap. When we say cap, we're not talking about a baseball cap. We're not talking about the caps lock button in your computer, and we're not talking about a cap gun. When we say cap, that means you're lying. You see how we could take a word and redefine it? That's called AAVE or FBAVE. Okay, so it's always a tether trying to redefine or trying to teach us our culture and how we define words in a real way.
And
Right.
it's kind of like how
Is Jordan Peele a tether?
Nah, he's an FBA. He made a movie calling out tether, surprisingly. Same brother from Get Out.
Right.
But just to get back on subject, it's kind of similar to like how someone like Andrew Tate, like a heterosexual male, kind of uses the Matrix as an allegory of how he's being oppressed, while not understanding that the Matrix is an allegory about being transgender. I think it's kind of the same thing that's happening with us and Tether. Y'all didn't know that?
Yeah, I can't let you.
Repeat that one
I'm about
more
to
time.
slow it down one time for a slow fuck.
Yeah, he's on some crazy tether shit.
Woman wrote that book about being trans.
That's
a crazy outtake. If you want to throw that out there, you got to like say something about
it. Like this is it was made by the
I don't want to name them,
but the
Wachowski
sisters.
Our language is.
And the movie is pretty much about their experience transitioning into being women. But that's besides the point. The point of the matter is.
Oh, so you don't think that Sophie made the Matrix? You don't believe in that?
Who is Sophie? Ultimately happened at the end of the movie was, hey,
the host is like watering down the conversation.
2000s when y'all came over here and then this war on terrorism and fucked up all my shit, and now the Middle East is destabilized, Africa is destabilized. Oh, why don't y'all go fix your own shit? Okay, I would fix my own stuff, but when they were selling crack to black neighborhoods to fund the Contras in Nicaragua to overthrow a government, no, you don't have the privilege to say go fix things in your own country when you're part of a system.
What is he talking about?
Yes, I'll ask this question. I kind of hinted at it a little bit, but just to say it straight out, do you think that the term and like these different terms that are kind of starting to pop up that's dealing with like black people is another push to make black people monolithic thinkers? Like for a while, you was called a sellout or Uncle Tom if you just was a Republican and you thought different than the Democratic Party. And like it was just thrown out, even if it didn't make.
Yeah. How did this dude get to determine how we thought as a collective? Like, dude, what are you talking about?
Sense, even away from Coon or we monolithic over here. Tether's over there. I don't know. I throw it up in there.
Stupid talking.
Like right up there in a position of power, can literally he's a vote away from making reparations happen or not happen, and no one says anything about that. Like no one's up here like, man, he a tethered or man, he's not on cool.
He's a known coon. Yeah,
he's an
iconic character in itself.
I want to know which Jamaican American, Haitian American, non-FBA American is in any position of power that Clarence Thomas is in. That's the entire, like when this all came up, like in like 2020, the 2020 election. A lot of like that's pretty much how strong the conversation was going. They all had to kind of get on message and say like, I'm for reparations, but somehow.
She specifically said the opposite, bro. She said, "Do you think I'm gonna do anything that's gonna help black people?" No.
Yeah, she said specifically black people.
Right.
That was kind of her point.
Yeah.
But
reparations are for black people, so she said she's not gonna do anything for black people. So that's a contradiction, right?
But yeah, Trey, do you think that? No matter of fact, I want to switch it a little bit. Because to an extent, I think that when we have this conversation, I've heard our resident FBA say this term, and I hear it thrown out often. So I'd love to know, what does it actually mean? Because it's thrown out at FBA and what do you call non-FBA blacks? What's like the proper?
Non-FBA blacks. All right, but before we go there, let Malcolm X tell you. Hold on. Want to get Malcolm X tell you about black. Okay, I want y'all to notice that he ain't gonna say African one time. So these tethers like to rewrite history and try to make Malcolm X our leader. But look what Malcolm X said about blackity black black black. He said nothing about Africa.
To think for themselves, then the black man will think like a black man.
Hold on.
And he will feel
On the top.
when black people wake up and become intellectually independent
He didn't say African people.
enough to think for themselves, as other humans are intellectually independent enough to think for themselves, then the black man will think like a black man, and he will feel for other black people. And this new thinking and feeling will cause black people to stick together. And then at that point, you'll have a situation where when you attack one black man, you are attacking all black men. And this type of black thinking will cause all black people to stick together. And this type of thinking also will bring an end to the brutality inflicted upon black people by white people. And it is the only thing that will bring an end to it. No federal court, state court, or city court will bring an end to it. It's something that the black man has to bring an end to himself.
That was very clear. That message is very clear. All right. Let's go here next. So there's no confusion on his part about black and African. I think my screen froze. Give me a second. So I'm going to go to his leader. Okay, look what the Malcolm X leader said about trying to help Africa out. Listen.
They were our people. Today, we are confronting.
So he just a narrator of the book Message to the Black Man in America. He's just a narrator. He's not like Muhammad's verse, obviously.
With proof of who the original people are and who shall live on this earth and call it their own. Chapter 21 Help self before helping others. Many of my people, the so-called Negroes, say we should help the nations of Africa which are awakening. This has been said as if we owned America. We are so foolish. What part of America?
Remember, that question was about helping out Africa. This was the leader of Malcolm X. Okay, talking about helping out Africa. Listen.
Do you have that you can offer toward helping Africa? Who is independent, the nations of Africa or we? The best act would be to request the independent governments of Africa and Asia to help us. We are the ones who need help. We have little or nothing to offer as help to others. We should begin to help at home first.
We should begin to help at home first, family. This is the 1950s, mid-1950s, where the most honorable Elijah Muhammad concluded that our help, our greatness start at home first. That's called being divisive, that some people will say. He said, let's start here. This is 1955. This is before everybody.
We are for as help to others. We should begin to help at home first. We are 20 million strong. Many of the nations today that have their independence, and those who are getting their independence, are much smaller in number than my people in America. We are dependent on the slave master. We do not have 2 feet of earth for our nation of people. You and I, here in America.
Okay, so that's it. So I want to just one more time go back.
Have Asia to help us. We are so foolish. What part of America do you have that you can offer toward helping Africa? Who is independent, the nations of Africa or we?
Right.
The best act would be to request the independent governments of Africa and Asia to help us. We are the ones who need help. We have little or nothing to offer as help to others. We should begin to help at home first.
We should begin to help at home first. That's crazy because 60 years later, 70 years later, that's what we're doing. We're like, you know what? Everybody got to hold their nuts and figure out their own salvation, and we're gonna work on our own. Like, what these likes are at? Where are these likes? Where are likes at? Boy. All right, let's get back into it.
Proper term in FBA language to say.
Man, just like when I call it FBA a coon, that doesn't mean that all FBA.
Hold on, just answer that really quickly, and then I'm still going to throw it to you.
So the question is, what does that mean when you call a non-FBA a tether? It means
no. If they're just like being regular.
FBA is deeper. Peace to you.
What do you call?
No. It's only,
what do you call non-FBAs when they're just being regular?
The term only applies to those who are undermining us while benefiting, and those that have vitriol.
No, I understand that. I'm building to something else. But there are, so maybe there's no term. So all the other people within the diaspora, that'd be the answer. So I hear it thrown at, like black people or FBA or Africans within the diaspora in general. This term on code. And I would love to understand and know from you, what does it mean to be on code? Like, what does that term mean? Is there like a specific way that as black?
Now, you know what? You know what saying is true with FBAs? There's a true saying that really it applies to us more than anybody. Like there's a saying that says this: what's already understood don't need to be explained. So the question he's asking, there was really no real definition to that. Like, we were just asked to be on code, and we 43 million knew exactly what that meant. Nobody defined that for us. Okay, that's what it means to be on code. Something that's said, understood, and didn't need any explanation. So that would be my answer to him. You try to, hey, explain that on code stuff. Don't need to, because my people got it. That's all that matters.
People as a black diaspora, we should be seeking a specific.
Like a crane in the building, smoke one. Tiger Crane said, I remember reading this words of them in either Message the Black Man or the Final Call back in the mid-1990s. Yeah. I read his work so much when I was a member, but I could, if you was to tell me exactly what you're talking about, I could tell you whether if it's in the Final Call or the Message Black Man. By the way, if it's in the Final Call, then it was from one of his books, because the Honorable Louis Farrakhan used to reprint like his quotes in the Final Call. So it'll be from one of his books. Yeah, but like I watched and read so much of the literature, like, I can tell you exactly where to get it. Still now, I haven't been in that movement for like 25, 30 years, and I still could tell you where everything's at, almost everything's at. Like, I'm saying, like, I have a good ability to retain information.
Specific thing, or a specific way that we should interact, dress, participate within, whether it's government, I don't know, like all the different facets of society. What is on code?
Well, it's difficult to address the diaspora, but as far as on code, because the diaspora, but
you know when like a non-FBA is acting off code though, for sure, right? Because we tether them,
right?
What's
yeah, but whoa, no. What are you talking about? Wait, say that one more time.
On code.
On code, because the diaspora.
See, family, without trying to express an ego, like I wish I could be the one to answer these questions, right? Because some questions just don't make any sense.
Of society, what is on code?
Well, it's difficult to address the diaspora, but as far as on code, because the diaspora,
you know when like a non-FBA is acting off code though, for sure.
Okay, first of all, a non-FBA can never act off code. See, that was stupid. On code is only for FBA. We call non-FBAs who are supporting us riders. Okay, so when we say on code, we're speaking literally and only specifically to FBAs. Those who want to support us, like let's say in the 60s, the Shirley Chisholms, the Stokely Carmichael, we would say they're riders. and we would say that they align with our agendas. But on code is something just for the lineage.
All right.
But like, so I really wish I can be like on everybody. I wish people reach out to me if they seriously want to know what our talking points are and our agendas. I really wish these tethers just interview me. Like, no debate, just interview me as far as what FBA is, what it ain't, what a tether is, everything he's asking now. Just ask me, man, because these guys are trying their best, but they're kind of like all over the place.
Because we tether them.
Right.
What's on code?
Hey, peace to Mama Jen L. Buckhorse DC. He said DC is here. Shalom family. What up, Ron? Peace to you. Tiger Crane, Shakir's back in the building. He said, if one must ask, what does it mean to be on code? Tells me that individual asking the question not on code and can't be trusted. Right. And he's like really trying to start issues. That's not even there. Like the energy there, you can tell that these brothers are not the type to call people cheddars or, be on a rah-rah. Like these brothers seem to be like usually the FBAs that some people want to talk to. Like they're not as aggressive and forward like me. And at the FBA Codex, ex-architect, they're not as SWL 44, B4 Avengers, like they're not going to be as hard as us. So, like, these are the wrong brothers to ask these questions to. You want to ask these questions to myself and the people I just named. FBA Convo, like people like that, you want to ask these questions to.
Code, though.
On code is when you put your people first and your lineage first and your self-interest first. And like some examples like I gave from last week was, when Malcolm X when they got together and got that brother released.
Hey, peace, 9 Brown. Do me a favor and like the video, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you have a notification next time I'm live, most likely in the morning.
And the Farrakhan Million Man March. When Tupac,
so FBA anxious for American wars.
Got out the car and handled that race soldier who was undercover. It's when you do the right by your people.
Israel speaks to FBA going to fight for Israel. Well, you can't say FBA. Like FBA is an individual, all right? Is an individual person. Like there's people who are in the military and they're going to fight for their country. That's just bottom line. So if you're saying people who are going to volunteer themselves in a service to fight for Israel, I don't think that's going to happen. But people who are already in the military, they joined the military for that reason. If war happens, they're going to dedicate their services. Like, so that's not even a question.
Okay. So I got two things. One is so I guess is like when you what is it, like when you square number, when they say tether babble, is that like how you like make the
facts? Like I had all those books, bro.
The tether word stronger? I keep seeing it in the chat. It's hilarious.
That would apply. I mean, I hate to say it, that they're of course they're referring to Alex because they think that you may not be at FBA, and then we
tell them that his people maroon. But
there's also some Angolian.
Girl speak. Listen, this is the wrong live for that. Like you're kind of distracting me. We're on diaspora war, and you're talking about Israel and war. Right? Please go to another channel and talk that. Like we're not dealing with that today. Okay, matter of fact, let me take your wrench, and I take your wrench, and I will time you out. Okay, we're not even talking about any of that. See, now if we were talking about that, no problem. We're not talking about that. Like you're just babbling right now. And like you're distracting me because I'm trying to read the comments because I'm respectful. You dig? I read super chat comments and I read non-super chat comments. And oh yeah, okay, block you. Yeah, sure. Peace. And guess what? FBA's, if they're in the military, they're still gonna fight for Israel, whether you like it or not. See ya.
And so
let's say
still tripping. Peace.
Alex, don't respond yet. We gonna come back to you. We're gonna come back. I promise. But yeah, I wanted to know really quickly. Let's make it a little lighthearted, then we'll get serious. Okay. So I want to know if I was on or off code earlier, this past weekend. Okay. No, it wasn't sexy red. It wasn't sexy red. You gotta listen. Quick story.
See, the host is trying to make it about himself, and this is corny. It's like, yeah, where are you going with it, man? Look, we're not. And of course, he did a segment, FBA versus ADOS. Hey, all these taggers do is that they want us to infight so bad. FBA versus Freedman, Freedman versus FBA, and Freedman versus ADOS. The family don't fall for that. They don't fall for that. That nothing burger. They can't beat us, so they want us to infight and get their popcorn and eat popcorn. All right, so here's a better topic.
Do you think that Black Americans need or maybe I'll frame it this way: do you think there is a need for a global connection between Black people across the diaspora?
Good question, but first, let me see how the likes looking in the chat. What the likes looking like? The likes are not bad, but we could definitely. Why is he acting like he's not subscribed to Tariq? Yeah, the host is really garbage. He's killing the show that he's trying to bring to the world for content. So we're not really that bad with likes. We're almost there, so we're good.
Diaspora.
Well, I think that question it will vary from person to person.
Specifically, you. I'm just only you.
Oh,
good job.
Yeah.
I mean,
you think that there's a need for a global connection for Black people within the diaspora?
In the advent of like remote working, like a lot of people are taking their high-paying first world jobs and going to live like somewhere else. And for me, I got family in Canada, I got family in England, I got family in Florida, Atlanta, everywhere. Like I kind of come from a family of people. Like it's not weird for me to call my uncle in Canada. It's not weird for like my
family, man. I love the lineage and I love the supporters. But damn, I didn't know the time was moving this goddamn fast. It did. So I might have to do a part 2 tonight. So I'm gonna play a little more. But look where we at. We got another whole hour and some change going on, and I'm out and about. So I'm dining out. That's why when folks send super chat love and cash app love, trust me, family, it's being put to use. When I'm out live, you can't dine in for free. And you guys been showing me love. Well, I can dine out damn near every day. And but I don't want to be here too late. So I'm gonna do a little more, and then I'm gonna pause this and do a part 2 when I get home. And let's say about 40 minutes or to an hour. Let's just say an hour to be safe. So I'm gonna play a little more, and I don't want to leave here too late because I gotta stop at Walmart. But I appreciate y'all and the super chats and the cash apps. I do make good use for them. I'm not buying, some bullshit.
My great aunt to visit me from England. So to me, it makes sense to like keep those connections, build, and honestly, like I think it kind of goes to the greater picture of America is kind of a declining country. Like if you look at us in comparison to other developed nations, there's certain things that we don't have, there's certain things that we don't do, there's certain things that we don't provide for the citizens in this country. So to kind of hedge your bets on this country being the place that you're going to live in for the next.
And when I go live in about an hour, I'm gonna put the link out there. I want folks to call in, Lineage, supporters, and haters. Everybody can call in when I do a part 2 in about an hour.
5 decades. I think if you're really following the news, I don't even think a lot of us on this call would even be here. A lot of people within my field, the tech field, once these brothers get their money, like they're gone. Like
As a matter of fact, let me stop that right now and let me play Revenue calling in Tariq Nasheed. I'm gonna address that. I think I'm gonna get that out the way. So this is Revenue calling in Tariq Nasheed on. Oh my God, it's crazy ass computer. Okay, so this is Revenue calling Tariq Nasheed. All right.
We gonna repair them. No.
You seen what they was doing with reparation.
Who? What?
So he called in my platform the other day, and he called in like a week before then, and he's like, for the first time, he's been hopping off. He's been trying to make arguments. I've been really getting him good. He's just been hopping off. So he's not that comfortable on FBA News and Updates as he is on Tariq Nasheed's platform. So yeah, yesterday, I think early afternoon, check out that live. Revenue popped up, and he hopped off so fast. Oh, we were talking about reparations. So I was showing the hypocrisy that an older guy that he supports, a fake elder, had an issue with lineage-based reparations in America, but had no issue about lineage reparations in with CARICOM on the island. The hypocrisy and revenue hung up so fast.
Who are you talking about? What lie you? What lie you trying to tell? You can't even get the lie out. What lie you trying to tell?
You keep muting me. I can't even get my point out. And you seen Nkroba doing reparation, and you copied them. If you gonna say African Union copies you, so Pan-Africans started and pioneered reparations.
Cobra. Now you trolling.
Tariq, what do you have on the table for reparations besides vote for the couch? You said vote for the couch.
Yeah, so he said Cobra. I guarantee he knows nothing about Cobra. And Cobra is against lineage-based reparations. They want it to be race-based, and race-based reparations is literally sabotage. If you do that, nobody will ever get one thing. All right, that means anybody literally could say, "Hey, I'm black," and come here tomorrow. Hey, I'm black. I'm gonna get paid. So it's a nothing burger, like 100%. And actually, it's undermining us, and it's sabotaging us. All of the reparations ever happened were lineage-based. Now we're race-based.
Working, we crashed out the Democrat Party, sir. That's working so far.
Oh, so now you're a supporter of Trump. Now, okay.
Now you trolling. Stop trolling. You're being a tethered troll.
How am I
just
trolling?
saying shit because you ain't got no argument. So now you just saying bullshit because you ran out of an argument and you're embarrassed because everybody's been sunning you. So yeah, you're just saying anything at this point. That's what tethers do. Y'all stay at the immigration office just saying shit. I'm hungry, nigga. I'm a refugee. I'm escaping exile. I'm a political prisoner. Y'all just be saying shit. Y'all just used to saying anything. And that's what you're doing now. You're just saying anything, sir, because you got checked for disrespecting our great sister, Sada Shakur, trying to make her a tether like you. And she
fled America.
No,
she fled like any other Haitian or any other refugee to another country.
No,
she fled.
She stood on business.
And is she? Did she die a refugee
No.
In Cuba?
She died a freedom fighter. She lived her life.
She died a refugee in Cuba. She fled America.
No.
The same thing you
a political prisoner who. Let's be real. Let's plead too. No, y'all fled before y'all program. The United States
get past that.
is a political prisoner. If you are,
he said something else.
You understand? That sister had your Cuba recognized in front of Home Depot trying to cut grass. Nigga, she still remained a voice for
Home Depot.
You understand? She was still riding for us over here, even in exile. You don't want nothing to do with it. But nobody was hunting you. They were hunting this sister and trying to harm her.
Yeah, he doesn't realize like there's certain countries that take our riders, our revolutionaries, and she was one of them. China has done it. Those Vietnamese countries do it. So revenue is mixing up what's going on. When immigrants come over here from those countries as asylees or refugees, they are literally running from famine, turmoil, or like they have political views that oppose the government, and they're running from that. Okay, Sada Shakur was a revolutionary. Okay, she let her gun go off. This is Shay Davis, and my guns go blank. Like she did that. So Teresa's right. She's in a different bracket. And don't forget, the country that took her in is a country known for taking in revolutionaries.
And this sister had value. They were offering millions of dollars to count it. Ain't the
I want to go
same.
past that.
Yeah.
He said something else.
Yeah, they were trying to exile because just saw some is resistance as their damn homeland. You understand? Don't even put yourself as her life. It challenged that whole lie. The system is always trying to convince us you can drive a cab in Brooklyn. Want to? I can't say they can't. They just don't.
He said
Sir.
no,
Really?
Yeah, they fight. They doing more for reparations than you. You said vote for the couch. That's what you said. You said
reparations did they get? They ain't get nothing. Y'all over there eating.
They're fighting for reparation.
He asked him about Africa. That was the funny part.
Otherwise, we won't wake up every day.
About Africans or Caribbeans in 5 years. What have you done positive in 5 years?
Rare.
So you answer the question with a question.
What have you done positive?
Okay, so I want with the question is hilarious.
Tethers, meaning that is the.
How am I a tether? I support reparations for Black Americans.
You do everything you can. Question. You say, what have I said positive about Africans or Caribbeans in 5? I can answer the question and to undermine us. Now, you said something earlier because you were like asking him questions about me. I'm here. I can answer the question. You say, what have I said positive about Africans or Caribbeans in 5 years? What have you done positive in 5 years?
Okay, that was funny. Revenue asked him, what did he say about, what did he say about, what did she say positively about Africa in the last 5 years? So Tariq was like, well, what did you do in the last 5 years? Like he's saying that as if he's repping Africa, what did Africa do that was great or positive in the last 5 years where he can talk about it. But hey, man, this is a positive thing that Africa did. And Revenue couldn't name one thing. And he said, well, how am I going to say something positive about Africa in the last 5 years if they didn't do anything positive? Like it's like a little joke, but it was witty.
So you answer the question with a question.
What have you done positive in the last 5 years?
How does that pertain to what have you posted? How does that pertain to? So you answer the question with a question. So you can't answer the question.
No. What did you do positive in the last 5 years?
I'll answer your question after you answer my question.
That's the answer. All right. The fact.
You haven't posted nothing positive about Africans or Caribbeans in the last 5.
Can't answer is the answer.
Yeah, right. He didn't even get the joke. Like that's how dumb he is. He didn't get the joke.
Right.
So yeah, you switch from.
Help me answer the question. You ain't done nothing positive in 5 years. So what?
And you haven't. And you have.
So what am I going to talk about? Go.
You could talk about you could talk about the.
What have you done positive in 5 years? Go. Right.
I don't need to get him. I don't need to give my personal.
You can't even say nothing positive about what y'all done. So how am I gonna say something? You can't even say something positive. You understand?
What you mean? The African Union is working with CARICOM and Cobra.
Okay, yeah, that's nothing, brother. Like I said, he's just throwing stuff out there. All right, family. Yeah. So make room for tonight. Whatever you had planned, put that aside. In about an hour, what's going to be about 9:10, 9:15. I'm gonna go live and finish out this diaspora war video I was playing. So tune back in. Tune back in, family. Like I said, just set aside an hour of your time. So this is the Coldest Leader song. There's some parody in here. You know, don't trip. The songs I'm doing is like kind of like root work, like how Tariq Nasheed does his songs. They'd be cool, but a little parody in there. So don't catch feelings. Forget me.
Let your image erase, no different than CARICOM, so you could keep your African and run somewhere else with your marathon. Laugh now, cry later, cause we gonna laugh when you cry together. Alligator, Alcatraz. Soul leader, there's no soul leader. The code subscribe to FBA News and Updates. Yeah, yeah. Subscribe to FBA News and Updates. Yeah, yeah. Feathers flock together. So if you want with a rock, then they'll drop together. Why cosplay? Accept your own and be yourself. You let alone you feed yourself. There's no soul. There's no soul. We gatekeeping the culture. From these gates seeking vultures. Drop the colors so someone gotta hold the line. And somebody gotta hold the signs. No coons, no tethers, no room for white supremacists. We fight, we gotta Mayweather, Mike Tyson. We fight, they take flight. They got spirit. Delta, US Airlines, messed up hairlines. Alligator, Alcatraz. There's no soul. There's no soul. Say it with me, family. There's no soul. There's no soul. There's no soul. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to like and subscribe. I heard tethers flock together. So if you hit one with a rock, then they'll drive together. Why cosplay? Accept your own and be yourself. When you're left alone, you can feed yourself. There's no soul leader. Code is a leader. 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 There's no soul leader. The code is the leader. There's no soul leader. Say it with me, family. There's no soul leader. The code is the leader. Make sure to like and subscribe. Subscribe, FBA News Updates.